Hi everybody. I wanted to talk to you about the notion of the Six Thinking Hats by Edward de Bono and parallel thinking. How this came about, I was chatting with a client this week and he was saying how when in meetings he feels that there are people within the meeting that would normally speak up on a one-to-one basis but don't tend to speak up where there are a few people in the room. And he wondered why this was, and there could be many reasons. He was suggesting that potentially they might not have the confidence to speak up, or that they may think that their question is a silly question, or they don't want to question the most senior person in the room, which is him, because they believe, well, surely he would know the best answer, he would have the most knowledge. And as we know as leaders, that isn't often the case. So we want to hear what our team have to say, and we want them to contribute because they might have some ideas that we don't have. So we started talking about how to frame, how to create an environment which would enable those to speak up and also get a bit more direction within a meeting. So say, for example, there is a project and he wants some ideas on, is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Do we have the budget for it? And there's going to be loads of questions. But if everybody is directed in the same direction so that you create more of a parallel thinking, which is what the Six Thinking Hats is about, then they can focus. So for example, if you say to somebody, right, I'm thinking about this project, it's XYZ. Let's put on our blue hats. And what I want to know are your thoughts on what's the bigger picture. Now, everybody's going to have different thoughts on what that big picture could look like. But it just means that you're allowing somebody to think of the one direction. And where a lot of people lack confidence speaking up in meetings is when they've got too many things going on in their mind. They're thinking, well, does he want me to answer with any facts and figures that I know? And that's a certain colour hat. Does he want me to answer from a more emotional viewpoint, a more creative viewpoint? And sometimes people are just so overwhelmed with different ways of answering that they may not actually answer and they haven't got their ideas out. Whereas if you give them direction and you say, right, we're all going to think about the big picture, or we are all going to think about this project in a very positive light. What are the successes that could come out of it? It just enables people to quieten all the other noise that they might have going on in their minds and then focus. And so he's going to try it. He's going to give it a go and see if it enables people to be more confident about speaking and actually to see if they get a lot more done within the meeting. So maybe some of you have tried the idea of the Six Thinking Hats. And if you have, I'd love to hear your experience of it. And if you haven't, I really suggest reading the book. Even if you take bits from it, rather than necessarily work on the complete process of the Six Thinking Hats. But it's a really, really useful book. So yeah, let me know any experiences you have or whether or not you decide to read the book and implement some of the ideas. Have a really enjoyable day.